Guys, this is Shaft, and with me tonight is StarCraft 2 Strategies, MrLlama. We're going to be casting some awesome-ass games for you guys, including players from FXO, Root, and a couple of other clans. We've got 2 to 3 replays lined up for you tonight, so I hope you guys are going to stay tuned for all 3 of them. But before we launch into that game, I want to go ahead and introduce MrLlama.
What's going on, everybody? Good to be here. Good to be able to cast with you a little bit here, Shaft. You know, see how things go. Just warming up.
Yeah, getting ready for this tournament we've got going on Saturday, May 25th. This will probably be going up tonight, so if you are watching it on Saturday, then we've got a tournament tonight at 6:30. Please check out StarCraft2Strategy.com for more information. But without further ado, this replay is loading on up, so let's hop right on into this mug.
Pull up my StarCraft. But yeah, like you were saying, we do have this tournament coming up. It is going to be our first tournament, $50 cash prize. A lot of people have entered in it. We're actually way past full right now, but you know what? People don't show up, so go try. You know,
have we got more than 128 now?
Yeah, we're at 177.
Hell
128.
Yeah. I've been promoting the hell out of this one, cast.
Might just pump it up to a 256 at this point.
Anyways, real.
In this replay, spawning up in the top right-hand corner, we're going to have FXOTheory, the red Protoss player. The map is Star Station, and Theory is going to be going up against one of our favorites, the blue Zerg ROOTFitzy, spawning down in the bottom left corner. I say our favorites. He's probably one of my favorites, but I'm just going to say our because I know a lot of people in the community love him. He's the crazy strategy guy. He's the guy who just does stuff like, I'm just going to mass. He was the guy that basically invented the mass queens pushing across the map with broodlords and stuff.
Yeah, well,
and Ultralisk and
didn't Spanishiwa kind of pioneer that, but Fitzy kind of refined it?
We can agree with that. I will. Yes, Spanishiwa did go with queens, but he is an old player. Not old like in age-wise, I don't believe, but
no, he's very young.
I haven't seen him around too much. I think he's on Soviet Gaming right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, he's actually just come back into the scene really heavy and hard. But he's hosting a lot of strategy replays now and doing VODs in that aspect. I saw some recent stuff on his Twitch. Dude is sick. But hey, that's enough filler. We've actually got a gateway expand coming down now for Fitzy. For Theory. That's going to be a tongue twister. But yeah, it's coming down for Theory. So really what we want to see now, yep, he's taking the gas before the Cyber Core. Looks like he's not going to go for the expand before the Cyber Core, though. This is actually going to be a bit of an aggressive build, it seems.
This is generally this. I mean, this is one of the 2 openings that you'll see out of a Protoss player, right here. It surprises me that he's actually going gate expand on this map because the natural right there has a pretty narrow choke. You can wall it off pretty easily, and it's not one of those big ones that takes. 7 buildings to wall off or anything like that. Like there are a few maps in this map pool that have that, but he's going to go ahead and open up with a gate expand, and neither player actually is scouting.
Yeah.
So, but maybe they've played a few games before this, and they're just like, you know what? I know he's not going to 7 pool me, and I know he's not going to 2 gate me, so I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna do my normal
builds. I don't think I've ever seen him do too much early pull aggression. He likes aggression more in the mid game, I think. Now he is reacting very well to this 1 gate expand blindly. He did go with the extractor rather than going for that more economical no gas build. This is something you're seeing a lot more often in Heart of the Swarm, and I think it has a lot to do with Protoss doing the 1 gate expand into Mothership Core builds. Now we do have the Mothership Core just finishing up now. This does cut into the Protoss probe count by about 2 probes. He's stuck at 17 here at 415. So yeah, it's really come. Oh wow, early Roach Warren, but again he's just prepping for a 6-minute 45-second timing attack that Protoss love to do on this Mothership Core. And actually the probe moving out as I say that, so we're definitely going to see at least some light harassment. There's not enough gateways on the field really for, oh, there's 2 more gateways, so he may just be doing some 3 gate pressure, or he might even turn this into a 4 or 5 gate all in.
Yeah, and so he gets down there, he sets down a wall, and the nice thing is the wall is not consisting of forges, which is just going to leave him to throw up cannons. They're consisting of gateways, which, as you were saying, will lead him into a nice pressure build that he can kind of hit here. Chrono's not really going. There we go. So he is going to go ahead and drop a Chrono on the Cybernetics War. I was wondering about that because he does have
Whoa.
a fourth gateway that's gone down in the main.
We've got Burrow on the way.
Yeah. So it's going to be some 4-gate pressure against a burrowed Roach style. And you know what? This is beautiful right here by Fitzy because Theory's not going to have any detection anywhere. No forges. He's not going to have any observers. There's no robo going down. I mean, there is zero detection, and Burrow is 20 seconds from done right now. So he'll be able to defend this and do a lot of pressure.
And this is actually going to be a way big attack for Theory because Theory did just lose a pylon, but he's got that 4th gate on the way. So he's really committing to this, maybe even laying down a 3rd pylon. I don't know. Might be sending that robe home. Either way, the Roaches are on the way, so this is going to be a mid-game timing attack of Fitzy's. So it looks like Theory's going to be ready defensively, turning his offense into a defense. Well, that'll work.
Yeah,
Forges on the way now.
Yeah, and right now, Theory just looking to get this forge up. He sees these Roaches. He knows that there is a threat of Burrow. There we go. He does see Burrow, and he's going to have to get these cannons down because, like I said, he needs that detection. That is ever so crucial right here. So this is just a race against time, basically.
Absolutely. Now the cannon is started about a third of the way done. So this Burrow it does have a clock on it, but still nice damage being done with this timing attack by Fitzy. Hasn't quite supply blocked his opponent yet, though, and 3 cannons are on the way.
Yeah, and so at the very least right here, while it does look like the cannons will get up and Theory's going to be okay, Fitzy still yet to lose Roach. There we go. Finally, 1 Roach does go down for him, but he's able to do a lot of damage to his opponent. And now he's going to try and push up right into the main. I like this decision. Theory tries to block. Not going to happen. Now he does kind of get up there. These Roaches are still in range. That cannon needs to move a little bit further. And then Burrow. There you go. He unfortunately did lose a few too many Roaches there. But now he's got 3 Roaches in the main base here.
Yeah.
And there is a cannon, though, in the main. Look at that. Nicely done by Theory.
Yeah, Theory actually
go ahead and drop it down there.
Theory actually showed that to an Overlord, which killed off the Overlord as well. Now these Roaches are mostly just to force observers or extra cannons, be super annoying. He has droned up quite a bit behind this and is actually taking a Harvester lead for the first time in this game. He's also sitting on 400 gas income, so he's going to be able to switch into probably a Mutalisk attack. Yep, there's a Spire coming down now. Reason I say this, there is no third. It is now 9 minutes into the game. So Fitzy is basically using this Roach timing to set up a tech switch.
Yeah, and you know, as you can see, been mine on those 4 gases as well for a little bit here, so he's going to have a decent amount saved up by the time the Spire does finish. Should be like 700, 800, probably like maybe even more.
Yeah,
or 800 to 900 gas right there. So he could get a decent amount of mutas out, get like 10 mutas to just fly over. And I'm not sure where the observer is right now. There is an observer, I think, on the map. No, there's not yet. He has. It's in production right now, just finishing, getting over there to go check these Roaches out. So he's not going to see this muta switch for a while right here, and that could be problematic.
And this is actually huge because,
yeah, I mean, it's
check
just
it out.
Killer.
It's 5 gates with Immortals on the way. So there's basically nothing but Stalkers going to be able to defend this, and the Stalkers won't even have Blink. And what's even more, Fitzy's already got an Infestation Pit on the way, so he's going to be prepared if Blink Stalkers were on the way. But we're not even halfway there to +1 on these Stalkers, so Fitzy definitely going to catch Theory completely off guard, already clearing off the pylons on the map while he takes his 3rd. I'm a little bit concerned about the economy of Fitzy because, again, he's only just now finishing his 3rd here at about 11.5 minutes. Wow, Swarm Hosts, okay, Swarm Hosts are fine, but I was definitely expecting him to be going Fungal Growth in case of Blink Stalkers to complement these Mutalisks, but hey, whatever works for him.
And Fitzy looks like he might be sacking his 3rd base here to simply allow Fitzy or Theory to continue pushing forward so his mutas can go around and start sniping off probes in the mineral lines. And the Swarm Host will, of course, be down as well to go ahead and poke forward and do some damage. But yeah, he does not have anything to defend that third. He's going to let it go. He has Spines, Queens, Swarm Hosts, and he's just going to be using those back home for defense while these 5 mutas do fly in the base here. And should be able to get some probe kills while Theory's trying to poke here at the front. We'll see how much damage Theory can do.
Absolutely. Now the mutas are showing up in the mineral line. The fact is that cannon cannot cover the mineral line, and we're losing probes, but more action taking place here at the natural.
Wow. So I'm not sure if you quite saw that, but the observer did poke a little bit too close there for Theory. Fitzy was able to snipe it, and that is the end of the attack. Because, well, as you know, when you can't see the Swarm Host, you're kind of in a rough position to keep poking forward there as a Protoss army. In the meantime, these mutas having done some pretty good damage right there.
16 workers.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Very nicely done.
And the Mothership Core is recalling home a little bit too late to deal with the Mutalisks, but the Mutalisks have done their damage. Only 5 mutas getting that many kills. That is way more damage than Fitzy was anticipating. The thing about it is, despite Fitzy having a 11 Harvester lead, he's actually behind on supply right now. So Theory, you know, he's not in the best position as far as, you know, a third base here at 14 minutes. But he's got good tech. And he's got a heavy amount of gateways. His opponent, you know, Mutalisks are only going to be so good for so long. He can always do a late game tech switch, but really the mutas are done for a while. We've got 2 Stargates about to finish now, so the Swarm Hosts going to be less and less effective. There's only 5 on the field, but Enduring Locusts are on the way. So, hey, you never know. He may dedicate a lot more into these Swarm Hosts than we were anticipating.
Yeah, and I'm really curious right now. I'm really curious as to what Fitzy's doing because, as you can see, he's besides like a few drones right here, he hasn't made anything, like any units whatsoever, or in the past, whatever. If you look at his money, now he's just floating more and more and more, and he's just sitting there not making stuff. So I'm not quite sure where he's going next. As you said, the mutas, you know, kind of died off right there. Phoenix now on the field as well, so those aren't really going to be effective anymore if he really sticks with mutas, unless it's a late game tech switch. But the real question is, what is he doing? Well, next, he's getting an Ultralisk Cavern. So he's really not preparing, though, to defend his bases that well.
This 4th base is going to go down.
Yeah, and that gets canceled right there, and it's just, I don't know. I'm a little concerned right now for Fitzy. There's 5 more Swarm Hosts on the way, which I think, are a little bit late, but I'd like to have actually seen him push forward.
Okay, so he's basically going to be going for this really interesting style that we've seen a lot since DreamHack. With it looks like going to be maybe an Ultra Ling army. I don't know. He's still upgrading the missile attacks, so he might complement that with some Hydras as well. The thing about it is this gas is going to go really, really quickly now that he's got the Ultralisks about to start popping. Well, starting. How the fuck? Anyway. Yeah, but yeah, he's about to have ultras. That's going to allow him to spend all of that gas. Yeah, we got 5 ultras on the way with 3 upgrades. Oh, chitinous plating as well. Wow.
Not 3 upgrades, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's his upgrades are, and this is why I was actually confused, because his upgrades are not set up for that whatsoever. He has 0 melee upgrades and 0 carapace upgrades.
Yeah.
The only thing he's been upgrading is the range upgrade, which would have led me to believe, oh, he's going for Locust, Hydra, Queen, something that involves the range upgrade that he continually is getting. But no, he's getting out Ultralisk instead.
Queens are usually used to support the Ultras, which we are seeing. So the Queens are going to be doing most of the damage, while the Ultras tank. Now, chitinous plating did trick me. I only glanced at it for a second, so I thought it was the +3 armor.
I assume that's what happened there.
But Vipers in addition to this may actually help him negate the Ultras not having that armor attack, because again, it's just going to be melee stuff for the Stalkers. Now these mutas are still being annoying, killing off even more probes. We've got actually 26 workers killed at this point, with one of these Mutalisks on 6 kills, the other on 11. So these guys have been definitely worth their weight in gold.
Yeah. I mean, they've just done a great job, and there they go, just sniping away more probes. Hero mutas right there. But the thing I don't like right now of ROOTFitzy's, and finally there we go, he's going to go for it, is he has allowed Theory to just sit back and tech up and expand and do anything and everything that he's ever wanted because he hasn't been pressuring. I mean, he had Swarm Hosts and he just left them at home. I would have loved to have seen these Swarm Hosts just constantly sieging the third base, just in a better position. I feel like he really, really, really could have put himself in a strong position there.
Yeah.
Instead, he took a long time, and now he's going to go in there.
Well,
to
it's
go
taken a while for him to
but
get creep spread out, and I think you really need that creep spread in order to make Swarm Hosts viable, especially against the more mobile army of Fitzy, or of
especially
Theory.
with the queens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I agree with the. I like the path that Fitzy is taking right here. I just think it's late. I think it took him a little too long.
Indeed.
I do like the Viper edition here, though, because he can just grab those Void Rays, just pool them into his army nice and easy, and then some hallucinated Colossus as well. So smart play there by Theory.
Yeah, Theory's actually in a little bit of panic mode, I think. He sees the Ultralisks and doesn't realize that Fitzy's actually dedicated quite a bit into getting the Ultralisks as quick as he has, so his economy is not exactly there to support it if he was going for that.
Very true. I'd like to see a little bit more focus fire here from Fitzy. Just getting, because right now his Swarm Hosts are kind of in strange positions. I'd like to see them just pushing forward, going right for that Nexus, or at least poking forward to start forcing the army, and then additionally grabbing control of that watchtower, because being able to see if Theory's army is going west right there, or then south and west to hit those Swarm Hosts is very important.
Absolutely. Now the thing is, these locusts are basically getting free kills, even killing an immortal there, because they don't actually cost anything.
Exactly.
Just a little bit of time.
And more Stargates have been added here. I'm curious to see. Actually, more Robos as well. It's 3 robotics facilities and 3 Stargates that have gone down. So I'm curious as to what composition he wants. Clearly a ton of Immortals. He's up to 8 Immortals with another one on the way here. But there's going to be engagement here in the middle, and this looks like it's going to go Fitzy's way.
Absolutely. Now we've got Hydra supporting the Ultralisks, and really the backbone as far as damage is concerned. The Queens are there to help the Ultralisks stay alive. Those are basically Taurescu Ultralisks right there, with Swarm Hosts just feeding in Locusts constantly, reinforcing with free units, as we were just discussing.
Yeah, I mean, these Locusts are really doing too much damage. And the issue is, Theory does not have Colossus out to deal with these. That is your counter, Protoss players. If there are Swarm Hosts on the field, you need to have some Colossus
Absolutely
to deal with them. If you don't, this is going to happen, where Fitzy just continues to push forward with those Locusts. He's just doing damage for free over and over and over again, taking units. It's just going to be murder like that.
And to complement those Colossi, of course, he is absolutely going to need some more Phoenix or something to deal with the Overseers, because you need an Observer to be able to detect the Swarm Host, and the Overseer is going to reveal your observers. Yeah. So it's kind of one giant game of rock, paper, scissors here for the Protoss.
Yeah, and as we saw from Fitzy's play before, he is willing to sit there and snipe the observers. He's going to look for them, and he's going to snipe them as any good Zerg player should. So you really, really, really got to make sure that you're able to keep a couple of them and keep them microed around in the back so that the Zerg army can't poke forward there and just pick them off, and then let the Locusts just have free reign, smashing everything.
Absolutely. Now we do have Fitzy moving over to the right side of the map now, going to apply pressure to the rebuilding fourth at a new location. The creep spread finally getting over to this area, and more creep tumors dropping as well. He's going to basically take this Nexus with nothing but Locusts, as well as maybe even getting a couple of kills here. No, Locusts are going to die first, but that's okay.
Got about 6 zealots.
Wow, Theory going ahead and dropping the game. Now, what's this mean? Morok took command of ROOTFitzy.
I am so confused. This is a replay of somebody taking control of Fitzy. So that was GG right there, because Theory quits the game. Theory says, all right, you know what, I got no chance against this army. I don't have Colossus. I'm not going to be able to do anything, which is the truth. I mean, that was basically the game over. But now Morok, who I did not know you could do this,
Well, it's
took over. I knew you could take over somebody,
Mhm.
but I didn't know you could take over them and then create a new replay
yeah.
of you taking over.
That must be how this got uploaded to Drop SC then.
Yeah, it did. So apparently Morak was like, "Oh yeah, I want to play in Fitzy's position," and now he's just gonna run around. Clearly,
Yep.
somebody has too much time on their hands. As he just runs around the map destroying Theory. So GG, I suppose.
Indeed, we'll just times 4
Fitzy.
through the rest of this. No
Yeah, I mean,
problemo.
Fitzy just dominates right there. And really, though, I mean, there were times where, I mean, Theory definitely was in a good position. A lot of times he was able to snipe that third. He lost too many probes, I think, to those mutas for sure. But he still
Right.
wasn't in a horrible spot. And he was allowed to macro up, but the issue is he just didn't get the right army composition. You got to have Colossus. That's all I can say. You have to have those. Otherwise, those locusts will just do too much damage.
Absolutely agreed there, sir. Well, that is the end of FXO Theory. Guys, I do thank you for tuning into this game. Thank you, Llama, for joining us tonight. Now we are going to move on into our next game. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Please hit subscribe and like on YouTube, as every click counts. This is Shaft signing out of the Clanny Casting.